What is VE Day? 8th of May 1945. There's been quite a lot of this in the news, in the newspapers, in magazines, so I'm going to talk through this day with you. VE Day is Victory in Europe Day. VE Day took place on the 8th of May 1945. It marked the end of World War II in Europe when the Nazi forces officially surrendered to the Allies. The day was a public holiday where people sang and danced outside their homes and held street parties, although World War II didn't officially end until the 2nd of September 1945 when the Japanese formally surrendered. So I've underlined the words surrendered, and this is I'm just going to clarify this word. It means that they gave up. How did people celebrate at the time? People ran out onto the streets, hanging out bunting and banners and dancing in celebration. Church bells rang across the country to share the news. Peace in Europe. Everyone brought out food to share with everybody at street parties, and the 8th of May was to be a national day of celebration, Victory in Europe Day. Does anybody recognise this place? It's somewhere in London. You can pause the video and have a little think. Yep, you're right, Trafalgar Square. This place was full to the brim with people celebrating VE Day. On VE Day, everyone was sitting by their wireless sets. They only wanted to hear from one person, and that person was Winston Churchill. He was the Prime Minister at the time. At the bottom of the screen, I've got a picture of a wireless set, and this is just to clarify for you that a wireless set is an old-fashioned radio that they would have used in 1945. If you get the opportunity to do so, I would suggest that you look up his speech online. It is quite a powerful speech that he put together to celebrate the victory of VE Day. The Queen has just celebrated her 94th birthday, and here she is on VE Day, aged 19 years old. My goodness, how young does she look? And you can see in the middle, we've got the Prime Minister at the time, Winston Churchill. Shortly after Winston Churchill's speech, King George VI, his wife and his 2 children, one of them being our current Queen, came out onto the balcony at Buckingham Palace to cheer with the nation. Winston Churchill told the crowds, "This is your victory." How you can celebrate at home. So on Friday, the 8th of May, it is 75 years since VE Day. And this poster was in the community letter. You can commemorate the end of World War II by celebrating with your family and neighbours. Decorate your house in red, white and blue and enjoy a picnic in your front garden. If you haven't got a front garden, you could do it in the back garden. And if you don't have a garden at all, you could even have it inside your house. One of the main activities that you could do for Friday is to make your own bunting. At the bottom of the video, I've got a link for you to follow. This is a slide on how to make an egg carton poppy wreath. You can pause the video to follow the instructions. Linking onto Miss Guy's video that she posted a couple of weeks ago on painting rocks, you could paint poppies on them or paint or write with felt tip pens positive words on there such as hope, bravery, honesty, kindness. In 1945, eggs were rationed and very, very hard to come by, so instead they would have to use different things to bake cakes. So here is a recipe that you can try at home. It's an eggless sponge cake. Here we have some party food suggestions. So we've got VE Day Trifle. Can you decorate the top with berries to represent the British flag? Lemon tray bake cake, or even making English tea sandwiches. So like we would making a normal sandwich, but this time cutting them up into rectangles or triangles so they have that kind of fancy celebratory feel. What to wear on Friday the 8th of May? Well, it's a party celebration, so you can dress up in your best outfits, or you can even dress up in red, white and blue to symbolise the British flag. Don't forget to have fun and enjoy the day. Take pictures and to send it into the community newsletter. And just a final say that at the bottom of the video, I'll be putting a lot of links up for further resources on the day or even some of the recipes